Practice being imperfect, but don't just overlook flaws or overlook issues, things that you can actually have control over. If you can't control something, that is absolutely fine. Hey guys, Drew B. Harrell here with 9 Leadership, coming to you with another video. Today we're going to talk about imperfection versus perfection versus being authentic. And what is the line there? When is it okay to be imperfect? When is it okay to not be imperfect? And when is it just carelessness? So I had this conversation with another coach friend of mine. We observed someone who was creating a program, and there was a very obvious error in the URL of the video, of the program they were offering. When I brought it to their attention, their response was, "Oh, I'm practicing not being perfect." Okay, that's cool. That's absolutely fine. I have no problem with people being imperfect because at the end of the day, we're all human. None of us are perfect. None of us is perfect. There we go. Speaking of which. And it's important that we understand that perfectionism it can be a problem. It can stop us from moving forward in any situation that we work on because things are never going to be perfect. And if we keep obsessing over things to the point where we want them to be perfect and we never achieve that perfection, we're never going to do anything. At the same time, there's a line where carelessness overcomes being perfect or becomes being imperfect. So where's the line between professionalism, carelessness, and perfectionist? Well, professionalism is spotting mistakes and correcting those mistakes. It's just that you care about your work. There's a basic level of professionalism, of a standard of care, a standard of projection, a standard of whatever work you do that you want to project to the world to let them know that, hey, I care about what I'm doing. Now, perfectionism is the extreme of that, right? It's taking things to another level where you're never going to achieve that. You just keep obsessing and keep editing and editing and editing and to the point where you're never going to actually put anything out there. Great's going to be enemy of good, right? There's good enough. But then there's this carelessness where you just don't care. It's like, oh, I just got something out there. That's the most important thing. And, oh, I guess I'm not perfect. Well, this video is not perfect. Take that for example. I'm still going to edit it. I'm still going to put it out there in such a way that it doesn't make no sense at all. But at the same time, it's good enough to be put out there because the message is important. I'm not going to obsess about it for weeks, days, months, years. I could. That's the perfectionist part of me. But the professional part of me wants it to be good enough, lighting and all kind of stuff, sound and everything like that, look good enough, and have the message come through. And obviously the mistakes that I make as I'm talking and as I'm discussing this whole thing to you are going to be apparent because that's me practicing being imperfect. So what I would say whenever you're putting out any kind of work, any kind of product, practice being imperfect, but don't just overlook flaws or overlook issues, things that you can actually have control over. If you can't control something, that is absolutely fine. If it's outside of control, you can't do anything about it. It makes perfect sense. But things you have control over, take control over those things. Minimize the amount of flaws that are in something. And there will still be some flaws in there. But the ones you can control, the ones you take care of. Think about it in terms of resumes. If you send a resume into an employer and it has typos all over it, and your explanation is, I'm practicing being imperfect, what do you think the response is going to be? Versus a resume that has no typos, no errors in punctuation, but may not have all the information you're looking for. That's imperfect, but it's still controlled. It's still professional. That's the distinction. So in future, as you're going through your businesses, as you're doing work for work, as you're having conversations with folks, please practice being professional, but make it okay to be imperfect. Thanks again for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope this was valuable for you. If you have any questions, comments, ideas for future videos, please post a comment below. If you like the video, hit the like button, hit subscribe, hit the bell to get notified of future videos, and I'd love to hear from you guys if you have any questions or comments. Thanks again, take care, and stay safe.